you have glasses like these that do not have a frame at the bottom edge, this type of glasses has basically a piece of monofilament fishing line along the bottom edge. What I found locally that matched the diameter of this best was not monofilament. It's a stranded line with a black coating on it, which is okay. I don't really mind so much. But if you want a clear monofilament line, you might have to order it depending on what you can find locally. So this is a 20-pound test. It's 0.027 inches in diameter or 0.68 millimeters. I've already replaced the line on this side of the glasses. Not sure if you can see, it's black in there now. It was clear. As I said, I don't have a problem with that. It's okay with me. And the first attempt on repairing this side worked great. It was nice and smooth. And then I popped this perfectly good side out so that I could make it match. And do a little video for you. Basically, you want to make sure your line is a good fit for the holes on your frame. Start at the top hole, inside edge of the lens, and where the lens sits, and you fish the line through this direction. Then you come back through from the outside to the inside, little wiggle, and it fits right in there. And then you pull it tight. Leave a little more than you need. The frame has a clear edge in here. Don't pull that out if yours is made the same way. And then this will need to be trimmed so that it fits up next to that other edge. Now I'm going to cut this, but I'm going to cut it pretty dang long because you want to have plenty to mess around with. You're going to want to trim it a couple times probably. Let me trim it backwards, see if that does any better. That might be a little better. When you cut it, it kind of messes up the edge just a little bit, and if it's a really tight fit, that's going to be a problem. So now you fish it back through from the lens side. A wiggle, not too much force, you'll mess up the edge. There you go. Right through, and now come back from the outside to the inside. If you mess up your edge going through the first time, just recut it. But that worked out really slick this time. So now you want to take up your slack a bit. Don't take this loop all the way down yet. Basically, this line is going to need to be a little bit tight. It's going to have to stretch over the lens so that when it fits down this groove, it holds the lens tight in place. If you have the original piece of line, fishing line or whatever, then you can use it to kind of match up the size. But if you don't have that, then you're going to just have to kind of eyeball it. And I will use this as a gauge, and then I will show you about how tight it needs to be. So that's showing it's a little long. That's pretty dang good right there. Pull this loop tight now and double check that this is still good. You want it to be tight. You want it to sit about like that so that when you stretch it, it'll pop into that groove on the lens itself. Now, I have to trim these up. I don't know if you can see down in there, but there's a ridge in the frame. You need to make sure that this is short enough that it fits into that groove and doesn't interfere with the existing ridge that's down in the frame. If it's too long, it'll be a problem. If it's too short, you might rip it out when you're stretching it onto the lens. So don't cut too much at first. Check it out, see how it fits. Now these have a little groove here too, so I'll pull a line. And it kind of fits down into that groove a little bit. And this side as well. Need to trim that. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without breaking. This feels like it might be too loose. I might have to tighten this up. Better too loose than too tight, huh? Oh, and as you're putting the... Hey, you know what? That's gonna be great. Alright, it's a little bit loose. Alright, I'm gonna tighten that up a little. So, pop it out. As you're putting the line into place, you also want to make sure you're not doing it with a sharp tool or even really sharp fingernails, because you could easily cut the line and then you're not going to be very happy. So I'm just pulling a little more of this loop through. I don't want it much tighter. It was just a little bit loose. That's not too tight. I think that'll be okay. If not, I will be doing this over again. Alright, let's give it a try. Start here at the edge. Of course, the frame pinches on the lens a little bit, so you have to kind of wedge it in there. And then I think that's going to be all right. That's some more snug fit. It could be a hair tighter, but I'm not going to mess with that because I don't think it's going to pop out. All right, there you go. The lens is back in place. Fishing line is the solution. Monofilament clear is going to match what you've got. Probably pretty close to a 0.027 inch or 0.68 millimeter diameter. 20-pound test is what I found. Stronger is probably better if you can find the right diameter in a stronger test. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.